नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome everyone who is sitting with us through Nityananda TV, Sadhana TV, Ara TV, and two-way video conferencing. Cities sitting with us in two-way video conferencing. Canterbury, Australia. San Jose, Madurai. Australia. I am able to see your fair. My blessings for the program to be successful. Nirbeda, Paul Sadasivam, blessings for all of you for the program to be successful. And many more cities are joining. I welcome every one of you with my love and respects. Today I am going to expand on just only one word, cātma-hano. Let's repeat the Upanishad, third mantra, third sutra in Ishavasya Upanishad. Asuryā nāme lokā andhena tamasā'vṛtāḥ tāṁs pretyābhigacchanti yeke cātma-hano janāḥ. Cātma-hano. Even while you are alive, saying yes to death is cātma-hano, hell. Even during the so-called death, saying yes is liberation, enlightenment. Varanasi stands for that principle of saying yes to life even when it presents death. Listen. Saying yes to life even when it presents death. Saying no to life in any form is cātma-hano. Understand? If you feel, if you perceive life is doing something against you, life is not letting what you want happen, this feeling, life is not cooperating with me, supporting me, making what I want happen, this feeling is as universal as universe itself. Understand this truth is from Akashic records. Listen. Listen. I am colloquially presenting to you, means in the user-friendly language I am presenting. Maybe I will read the original Akashic records as it is and then present it to all of you. By its own existence, it expands into possibilities. Because of its existence and saying tathastu to life, yes to life, life shows you the possibilities which you declare as denied to you. If life is interested in denying, it will not even show its possibilities to you in the first place. Its possibilities, by being revealed to you itself, the yes is given to you and your decision, expression to live is accepted, respected, encouraged by you claiming life is not cooperating or supporting into what you want. You are denying the very revelations and expressions happened to your very consciousness. Listen. By its own light, moon shows the black patches inside it. By its own light, moon shows the black patches inside it. On new moon day, you will never find black patches of the moon. Only on the full moon day, you will find the black patches. It means by its light only, even the black patches are found. If you are finding the black patches of the moon is shining, reflecting light. Understand? Because the possibilities are revealed to you, you even come to know about those possibilities. For example, you think flying is possible for you, and then complain life is not letting you achieve that. Becoming a billionaire is possible for you, and then complain life is not letting you to achieve that. Understand? The very moment life informs you something is possible, it is saying yes to you. The very moment you come to know flying is possible, becoming billionaire is possible, life is supporting you. That is why it is even making you understand it is possible for you. Try to listen. The Akashic records which I read out just now, again and again, at least 5 times. Today the Akashic records I read out about this sutra is the subject for Vakyartha Sadas. Listen. You feeling life is not letting what you want to happen in your life. For example, you always wanted health, but life is never letting that happen to you. You always wanted wealth, and just one day before you are achieving it, everything collapses. Please listen. The very information being given to you, the hope being generated in you, that health is possible, wealth is possible, is a solid proof life is supporting you. Otherwise, even that possibility will not be informed to you. You will not be informed even about the possibility. The moment the possibility is informed, life is supporting you. Be informed. Be very clear. And reading out Akashic records is much more easy than making all of you understand with the language you understand. Reading Akashic records is just open that screen and it will appear in. Originally the Akashic records appear in Sanskrit and it gets translated into English during the process of seer seeing the scene and cognizing. That is why most of the English words which I use, those same words are getting repeated in the Akashic records, because the seer, during the process of seeing, translating the scene, because the seer is the person who is talking to you regularly in English, he uses the same word to cognize and translate the scene during the process of seeing itself. Understand? This concept of life is not supporting me is like my breathing is not letting me breathe. It is like my eyes show some spots as dark. Even you recognizing some parts are dark is because your eyes are functioning. That is enough proof that your eyes are functioning. So if you feel you want to be a billionaire and you are denied entry into billionaires club and it is not happening, be informed. The very concept revealed to you that you can become billionaire is enough proof life is supporting you. Only when you understand the tons and tons of ways life is supporting you, you will also decide to say yes to life. As long as you think life is denying you what you want, life is keeping you away from what you want, you will also start saying no to life. Listen, it is like this. Your office provides you a beautiful house, car, everything needed for you to live and work. One day morning, while you are trying to drink your cup of coffee, the coffee tumbler fell and it was too hot and your feet got a little burnt. Immediately you sue the office. You complain about the office. See, they are responsible. They did not provide a carpet for me. Otherwise, the coffee would have been absorbed. It would not have spread and reached my feet and burnt it. How illogical and adharmic this action is. That is exactly the way you need to be handled when you say, life is denying its possibilities for me. Life is denying what I want from me. There was a lady that was a habitual grumbler and was constantly complaining about everything. One day her preacher thought, yes, he had discovered something that she could be happy about, because her farm crop was the best one for miles around. When he met her, he said with a big smile, "You must be very happy. Everyone is saying how healthy your potatoes looks this year." She replied grimly, "True, they are pretty good, but what am I going to do when I need some bad ones to feed the pigs?" You have a reason to grumble. I tell you, even you have a reason to grumble is a compassion of the cosmos towards you. Really, I am telling you. Even for you to grumble, it finds some reason and gives you so that you don't feel too bad about yourself. Understand, I am revealing the layer and layer meanings of this verse. Hope happening in you is just because life has a hope in you. Understand? The hope happening in you because life has a hope in you. If you are feeling some desire of hopefulness, be very clear. Life is giving you that experience itself because it has still hope on you. It still has hope on you. Don't think having hope is your birthright. Birth itself is not your right. This word is a stupid word. This birthright word is a most stupid word. Birth itself is not your right. Then how can you use the word birthright as if birth is your right? No. Somebody asked Ramana Maharshi, "Bhagavan, how do I know I received God's grace?" He says, the very effort you are putting to reach God is nothing but God's grace. listen. The disciple asks, should I try doing spiritual practices, or should I depend on God's grace? How do I know when I achieved the God's grace? He says, even you thinking that you should try or you trying, itself is a solid proof you have His grace. Only if you have His grace, you can even think or work, plan to move towards Him. To move towards Him. Saying yes to life, not doing cātma-hano. Understand? This word cātma-hano, when it is translated into English, it's literally kill the Atma. But how can you kill the Atma? Because Gita defines which cannot be killed is Atma. Nainam chindanti sastrani nainam dakati pavakaha. Which cannot be made wet by water and burnt by the fire and dried by the air and cut by the sword is Atma. Which cannot be killed is Atma. Then how you can say literally kill the Atma? Killing the Atma means saying no to life. Don't ever say no to life. Listen. Whenever you perceive life is denying you something, just look at from this angle. It is silver lining makes you see the cloud. You can't say, oh, what a big cloud. There is a end. Only then you are seeing the cloud. Even the energy which you get to say life is denying you something, means you want something, so you say life is denying. The very idea you want something itself is enough proof life is supporting you. Understand? I have a great news for you today. Anything you wanted even once, you have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy it. That is law of life. Anything you wanted even once, if you had a subtle greed for the seat even once, in any one of the future janmas, you will be made to sit in this and go through all the responsibilities you need to take for this. Only then you will be liberated. Understand? Only then you will be liberated. If you decide for liberation, then if the seat happens, it will be so beautiful. Just like how I am enjoying. But if you add for a greed, nothing wrong. It will not be denied to you. You have to live it. You have to enjoy it. See, one of the biggest problem of human beings, please understand, I am giving you the why, what, where, when, all you need to know about the human frustration. Listen. First you ask for the chair of CEO, then you think, even CEOs are under politicians. Let me ask for the seat of politician. Then you find, no, even politicians are falling at the feet of the Swamis. This is the best seat. Then you ask for the seat of a Swami. The other day I was reading a joke. "80% MBA graduates pick up the file and become officers. Just pass, pick up the files and get the government job and become bureaucrats. Failed. Somehow, for survival, get into the politics and rule the bureaucrats." Listen, 90% becomes officers. Less than that, just pass, become bureaucrats and rule the officers. And fail, become politicians and rule the bureaucrats. Who never went to school, becomes a Swami and rules the politicians. Now, I am not literally accepting this joke. This has a lot of implications. It has to be taken just as a joke. Understand, the beauty of Hindus is only we can laugh at ourselves. We have no problem about it. We can make fun of us and we can laugh. We can enjoy. Listen, your possibilities being revealed to you itself is a solid proof life supports you. I was telling a story. So first you aspire for the CEO seat, then you aspire for the politician's chair, then you aspire for the Swami's seat. But when you are aspiring for the Swami's seat, by the time your first aspiration will become reality, which is CEO chair. That is what is the source of your frustration. Listen. When your aspirations are ripe, the happenings are not able to catch up, it is frustration. But you need to understand, happenings are because of your aspirations earlier. It has to come in the queue as you aspired. Listen. Listen. Because your aspirations have changed, don't be frustrated about life. Everything you aspired has to be enjoyed. I tell you, this one law of life, if you understand, you will never curse the happenings of life. You know, every happening now, you aspired at one time. You craved for it at one time. This is the best news, greatest news I can give you. With this, you can come, wow, I craved for this one day, so I am enjoying. Anything you craved for has to be lived. Yes, now your aspirations have changed. That does not mean what you aspired can be dropped. It has to be lived so that you grow further, you grow further, you grow further. Listen. Even your aspirations getting matured is life saying yes to you. I tell you, if your aspirations are not getting matured and what you wanted is happening, that place is called Devaloka. Yes, what you always wanted, you will be enjoying, but your aspirations never get matured. I tell you, even if it is nectar, if your aspirations are not getting matured, you will be tired and bored. Even if it is a heaven, if your aspirations are not evolving, you will be sick and tired. The greatest happening of life is aspirations getting matured. Please understand. If you are frustrated, I have a great news for you. You are on the right track. And I have a good news for you. You don't need to be frustrated. Great news, you are on the right track, because the very frustration, the formula of frustration is fulfillment of your earlier aspirations plus aspirations getting matured, equal to frustration. Listen. Fulfillment of your earlier aspirations plus aspirations getting matured brings frustration. In law of life, your earlier aspirations, however silly it can be, cannot be denied because you aspired for it. Life is painted on the canvas of tatastu. Whether you visualize the scene of eating a pizza or rolling on the ground or sitting in the CEO chair or sitting in the politician's chair or sitting in the Swami's chair, all visualizations are painted on a large canvas, which is a huge tatastu of life. So canvas on which the painting of life is done, visualization of life is done, is tatastu. So be it. The whole universe is moving with this sound of tatastu. Tatastu, tatastu. By the time you have moved to the politician chair, you already received tatastu for the CEO chair. So that cannot be destroyed. You have to sit in that chair. As per the interest and intention and intensity of tatastu, then you have to move to the chair of politician as per your intention, interest and intensity of tatastu. By the time you move to the politician's chair, you might have already started desiring for Swami's seat. But the tatastu received is the tatastu received, and it has to be exhausted. So, the great news for you is everything you wanted now is your aspiration, which was given tatastu by cosmos. Everything happening to you now is the tathastu you received earlier. It's the great news. And good news is everything you are aspiring now is getting tathastu from the cosmos. So understand the secret of life. Understand the secret of life and listen. Listen. I'm giving you the key to get out of frustration. Listen. Any situation you are in, when you are frustrated, look in and find out what must be the best thing in this situation for which I have aspired this situation in my past. Let me look from that context, this situation. You will see you are enjoying exactly what you wanted. Understanding the original context for which you aspired the present situation and happening of life and celebrating life is completion. Understanding the original context for which you aspired the present situation and looking at the present situation from that very context and enjoying, celebrating is completion. The moment you start celebrating the present happening, you are now qualified to make your updated aspirations into reality. If you celebrate the CEO chair, quickly you can jump into politician's chair. If you celebrate the politician's chair from the context why you asked for it, you can quickly jump into Swami's seat. If you celebrate that from the very context you asked, understanding, you can quickly jump into the Swamihood itself. Understand, even karma is not binding if you understand the context. You feel karma is binding because your context has become matured. Your aspirations have become matured. Aspirations getting matured should be celebrated, not to be cursed, not to be dealt with frustration. Listen. I wanted every one of you to listen to this satsang again and again. Only then you won't miss a single point and catch it. Just catching this satsang will free you from all the wrong concepts of karma and you will say the real yes to life. Even your karma is not curse on you. No. Even your frustration cannot frustrate you anymore if you understand the frustration is caused by your aspirations getting matured. Listen, you want CEO chair, you achieve it before your aspirations got matured towards the politician's chair or towards the Swami's seat. Your life may look heaven, but not enlightenment. Aspirations not getting matured, but your past aspirations getting fulfilled is heaven. I tell you, it is only the lokā, the planet Earth, is the only lokā where the aspiration getting matured is possible. That is why even gods and goddesses have to come to this plane for evolution. Evolution is possible only if your aspirations are able to get matured. Analyze your whole life with this one truth. No frustration can frustrate you anymore. Frustration frustrates you only if you are from the wrong context. Frustration frustrates you only if you are from the wrong context. Understand. What I am talking in today's satsang is intense truths. You need to listen to this satsang 4-5 times. Only then you will understand the layer by layer what I really mean by these statements. When you aspired for CEO chair, you must be having some context. But when you sit in the chair, you forget the context and start aspiring for politician's chair. Again, when you sit in the politician's chair, you forget the context, why you aspired for it, and aspire for Swami's seat. That is why life continues to be frustrating. Nothing wrong in your aspirations getting matured. Something is seriously wrong. You forgetting the context of why you are having what you are having. One more great news I have for you is your aspiration getting matured does not necessarily needs you forgetting the context with which you created your present. You can continue to celebrate your present and make your aspirations getting matured. That space is Nityananda Loka. Understand? Your aspirations getting matured does not necessarily require. Frustration is not precondition. You forgetting the context of your earlier aspirations, present life. Aspirations, when you forget the context, why you aspired for it, will become a perspiration even if you achieve it. Because the context is forgotten. And forgetting the context is not a prerequisite for your aspirations to get matured. Knowing the context of the present, why you are having what you are having, why you aspired for it, remembering that right context, and celebrating what you are having, and your aspirations getting matured can happen together. That is what I call completion. Completion is celebrating your life happening as it is now from the context of why you aspired for it and your aspirations getting further matured. A Shudra aspires to be economically independent so that he can have his time for himself. Listen, a person who sells just his time is a worker. Person who sells products made out of his time and intelligence is businessman. Person who sells certain concept of security and protection is politician, Kshatriya. Person who sells the concept of ultimate realization is Brahmana. Listen, a worker always aspires to be a businessman so that he feels his life will be in his freedom. He can work whenever he wants and he can relax whenever he wants. So with that context, he aspires to be a businessman. But the moment he sits as businessman, he forgets the context why he wanted to be a businessman, and his greed makes him forget he can take off when he wants. A worker, too many workers' hands are held by businessman. So from this side, the worker's side, he thinks if he becomes this hand, he can withdraw whenever he wants and be free. But after he becomes this hand, he realizes his greed not only does not let him withdraw, and now he has too many hands holding his hand. Earlier, he was only one hand holding one hand. Now, too many hands are holding his hand, or he is holding too many hands. So when he becomes Vaishya, businessman, if he forgets that he wanted to become a Vaishya, businessman, just to have the freedom of his life, that being a businessman becomes frustration for him. But if he continues to remember, he wanted this seat just to have time for himself as he wants, he will be celebrating his seat. Remembering the context, why you wanted what you are having now, leads to completion. And a Vaishya always feels jealous about Kshatriya. See, they don't need intelligence, but they are ruling me. They are just giving some false sense of security, and they are ruling me. So, a businessman aspires to be the power center, the power seat. He aspires, hey, these fellows don't do anything, but they are ruling me. I should get into that seat. Then I'll be so powerful. Yes? Get into that seat. Then so many enemies trying to attack you and take over your seat makes you forget the context. You wanted that seat to feel powerful, And you are so powerless in that seat now. Understand, the powerful seats always brings enough enemies which a businessman does not face in his life. Businessman may be trillionaire. He will have small, chota, few enemies. But if he becomes a power center, even if he is a millionaire, he will have multi-million enemies. So once he forgets the context, why he wanted this Kshatriya space, the politician seat or protector seat or powerful power seat, he feels frustrated. Why did I get into this mess? Because now he forgot the context, why he wanted this, and his aspirations have become already matured. To be just let me sit quietly and teach, share knowledge. Which is harmless job. By the time he reaches this seat of sharing knowledge, if he remembers the context that he wants peace, great. If he forgets that context, again, he will feel empty. What is this? Till yesterday, so many people used to come to meet me to get their work done when I was a politician. Now I am a Swami and nobody comes to listen to me. Understand, who listens to my knowledge sharing? Earlier I will just pass on order and execute what I wanted. Habituated for hard power. Can't know the signs of soft power. Signs of soft power, understand. Soft power is built on passions. Hard power is built on passion. Soft power stands on passions. Hard power stands on passion. Understand. Meditate on formula of frustration and realize even frustration cannot frustrate you. And understand your present is handed over to you because you got tatastu from life. It is not forced upon you for any other reason. You are not a sinner. You are not a sinner. The reason why you are having what you are having is not because you are sinner. Because you wanted it from a different context. Remembering that context, why you always wanted what you wanted will bring you completion. Listen. Not letting the frustration happen towards the present happening of your life, at the same time letting your aspirations getting matured is saying yes to life. You are always given a very wrong advice only if you feel frustrated about the present. Your aspirations will get matured, which is wrong advice. You don't need to be discontented about the present to develop higher aspirations about future. You don't need to be discontented about the second standard you are studying to reach the third standard. Understand? You do not need discontentment about the second standard to reach the third standard. If you have been taught you need to be discontented, you need discontentment, only then you will grow, your aspirations will get matured. It is a wrong teaching. That is what I call saying no to life, killing the Atma, cātma-hano. Believing frustration about the present is required for the aspirations to get matured is cātma-hano. Not knowing the context of the present created by you when you aspired for it is cātma-hano. Feeling frustrated when the present happens to you by forgetting it is your own request which was granted is cātma-hano. In every situation, whenever you perceive life is denying you what you want, don't give up. Wait and look in. What is being denied? Look into your perception. It will become fact. It will become truth. It will become reality. So the Akashic records, Mahadeva read out, Kalabhairava read out, is the center point of today's Vakyartha Sadas. I'll continue on this one truth, cātma-hano. But I am feeling job satisfaction. At least this one truth I am able to put it in words through multiple ways. Thanks to Mata Saraswati for sitting in this tongue and oozing out, uniting the Ganga and Yamuna. Understand? The tradition describes Ganga is river of knowledge, Yamuna is river of devotion, Saraswati is river of enlightenment which comes unseen underground. And where the knowledge and devotion unites, it comes and joins there and expresses itself as enlightenment. The knowledge is head. Devotion is heart. When these two meet in the throat, Saraswati walk, she expresses herself as enlightenment. Thank Mother Saraswati for her beautiful, literally playing the veena. Poetry in words, dancing, expressing the concepts to all of us. Be very clear. Don't think only you are sitting and listening. I am also sitting and listening. Whatever Saraswati is teaching, whatever she is explaining. Namo Saraswati Sarasavani, let you radiate, let you continue to reveal yourself. And with this, I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Advaita, eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.
Nityananda Dhyanapītam, Nityananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999, www.nityananda.org, www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.